Open the gate.
Don't. It's dangerous. It's dangerous. Don't open the gate.
Not
Don't.
She's done it.
It's so dark. It's dark. The darkness.
Only the dead may cross.
Only the dead may cross it.
Keep on.
Truth? Anyone?
There is no one here but me.
Not you.
Did you think that I would let you go? That you lost me back in the wilds? I will never let you go. You can't get rid of me. I am your shadow. And I will be watching when you draw your last dying gasp.
I'm not ready to die.
You will be when you see what they did to your dear beloved.
Damien!
In this waking nightmare, where all dreams come true, you searched for control, a way to pull through. You were in love, you left him in tears, to smother your furies and banish your fears. But in darkness they came, through stormy black seas they raided these shores. Do you still hear his screams? And now that you're home, he's so far away. They've taken his soul. To these gods you cannot pray. They can break you, but not your promise. Even death won't keep you apart. Through his darkness you will find him. In your sword still beats a heart. You fought for love unspoilt by your darkness within. You fought for your dreams. Now there's no way to win. In the head of his corpse lies the seat of his soul. So you must carry his vessel to bring him back home.
No!
They can break you, but not your promise. Even death won't keep you apart. Through this darkness you will find him. In your sword still beats a heart. The darkness touched you. Everyone could see it in the hollows of your eyes. A gaze averted from life. You ran from it but brought it nearer, led it to him. An endless suffering worse than death. And you wanted to surrender, abandon and to find peace with the gods. No. The darkness won't allow it. So you will walk into the lair of the beast. Look it in the eye, and you will go to war. This is your mission. This is your quest. There is nothing else left.
Tulee.
The gods made you a warrior for a reason. It's your calling.
Oi oi. Ui.
Why suffer the past when there is a new road ahead? The only one that makes any sense.
Oi oi. Ylös vai? Ylös vaan. Hyvä. Vasta 1 kuolema alla. Tuntuis tuolla ei ollut yhtään loresta nää.
Every gate you open into darkness brings another chance.
Ylös. Nouse.
She's hurt. She's injured. She
Hyvä.
can't do it.
Okei, ehkä mä väistelen tätä ennemmin. Ai, liian aikaisin. Ei, nyt et kuole. Älä kuole. Ylös vai. Voi ei, nyt tulikin lisää.
Behind you!
Ja toinen. Ei vielä. Yksi vielä. Oi ei. Sarisane, miksi noita ääniä pitää kuunnella?
Slow.
Potkaise vaan. Oi!
Behind you!
Isompi tyyppi. Oho. Tää sydän hakkaa kun tässä sillalla piti olla 2 niitä. Pakko katsoa.
However you come to the gold-covered bridge that leads to hell, you may find it guarded by a giantess. She will ask your name. She will ask your lineage. She will ask your business. The Northmen tell of the warrior woman Brynhild, who leapt into fire and rode to hell to join her slain love Sigurd, and is challenged by the giantess.
Se onkin ulkopuolella.
The journey to Helheim is never a straight one. Each must find their own path. Align yourself to its secrets, and you will find yours.
Joo. Oliko toi muka tuota alhaalta? Taisi olla. Ei. No. Mä oon ton SM tai mikä salama onkaan pois alta. Se oli inhottava. Nyt se osui kerralla. Ai että yritettiin niinku. Ja miksi tuo minun käsi on jo tuossa kunnossa? Yhden kerran on kuollut.
Oh, Senua. Your father does not hate me. He just fears the souls in the underworld. He cannot cannot see that they are already afraid. But I am their healer, and I must answer their cries for help, even if it displeases him.
Yes.
Hela possesses large dwelling places in Helheim. Tall are her walls, high are her gates. The name of her dish is hunger. Her knife is famine. On her threshold all will stumble. Her bed is called sick bed, and her bed hangings are called flames of a funeral pyre. They say she is easy to recognize, half black and half the color of flesh, and her face menacing and grim.
Onkohan toi viimeinen, että sä oikeesti kuitenkin tuolla alhaalla? Tuossa. Eikö? Ei kai sitä täältä alhaalta saa. Tossa. Mut ehkä... Tossa. Joo.
Gate. It's opening. It's coming.
That song again.
Is it?
It's Hela.
Yes, the source of the darkness. It's coming. This is your moment.
I'm sorry.
What are you doing? You're showing weakness. You're not a warrior. You're a disgrace. The gods will punish you for this. Pick up the sword. Pick it up. Fight the darkness. Fight it. Get up. Get up! Get up and fight!
Stormy seas and lost souls. She's dreamt of this before. They say dreams are visions of our memories, thoughts and fears, as seen by our inner eye. But what if each one of us is always dreaming, even when awake, and we only see what our inner eye creates for us? Is this what hell is? A world shaped by Senua's nightmares. Maybe that's why people feared seeing the world through her eyes. Because if you believe that Senua's reality is twisted, you must accept that yours might be too.
You failed the gods. You're pathetic. Rotten. Cursed. What were you thinking? Did you really think you could win? How stupid can you be?
So stupid.
Everyone hates her. She's cursed.
The shadow hates.
Look at you. A warrior. Worthless. Pathetic. Go on. Feel sorry for yourself, because there's no one left to do that for you.
Everywhere. What's that?
Take it. If you're too much of a coward to fight, then end the suffering. Broken and lost. Just like your soul.
Come on. There.
Why go on when you give everything and face that which torments you, only to find that it is worse than you could have imagined? Why go on? Is it really so weak to ask this? Or are we just so afraid of the honest answer that we do not dare pose the question? Sometimes the answer lies in a memory, a feeling, a song.
It's not real. It's a trick. It's not real. Listen to it.
Don't give up.
Did it? It's
Not like this.
It's not real. It's real. It's a trick. Don't trust it. Maybe you're already dead.
Who are you?
Do you still believe in yourself?
No, it's not. It's a trick. It's a trick. He's already dead. He can't be here. It's impossible.
Come to me. Please.
The light. Go towards the light. It's him. There he is. It can't be him. It's just a trick. It's in your mind. No, he's here. It's in your mind. It's real. What's happening? Go towards it.
Tältä alueelta mä ehkä muistan ne kaikki, kun mun mielestä se veti semmosen niinku ihan täydellisen tarinan. Se pitäisi varmaan tuolla olla. Ai, en mä pääsekään tästä.
He's gone. You were too slow. How could you keep going? How could you keep going? Ignore the pain. I told you it was to trick you. I told you. Where are you going? See, there's nothing to follow. Come on. There it
toivottavasti tuolla ei ollut ihan oikeasti mitään, koska eihän tästä pääse sitten enää takaisin.
Before she first met him, she was not in a good place. Just a teenager, but not like the others. Barely functioning, she rarely left the house. Her father's inbow made sure of that. Only occasionally did she venture out on her own, collecting firewood and herbs. Errands out on the Orkney Plains. That was her world. Like this one. Barren and lonely. There he was, the lone figure of a boy. Swordplay under the shade of a tree.
Tuolla olisi nyt yksi.
She remembers the last time she saw him. To her young eyes, he moved as if dancing, and the world danced with him. The gloom lifted. For the first time in years, she felt a ray of hope.
Voi ei. Toivotaan, että toi on se eka. Mä en tiedä.
The Northmen tell of a great hero. His name is Sigmund. His father's hall was built around a great tree, and one day Odin comes and thrusts a sword into the tree, a gift to whomever can release it. Many try, but the sword only comes out at Sigmund's touch. His brother-in-law, King Siggeir, wants it, but Sigmund refuses it, so King Siggeir plots revenge. He invites Sigmund and his brothers to a feast, but when they arrive, they are met with an army, not a warm welcome. King Siggeir captures Sigmund and his brothers, steals his coveted sword, and readies them for execution.
Sitten kun mä en tiedä, että laskeeko se sitä, jos mä kävelen ihan liian kauas siitä.
Death for Sigmund and his brothers seems certain. But the king's wife is Sigmund's sister, and she begs for mercy and implores the king to chain them up instead. He agrees. Not for mercy, though, but because he plans an even more cruel and lingering death. Chained to a tree in the forest that night, a she-wolf comes and devours one of Sigmund's brothers. She returns, ravenous, night after night, until only Sigmund is left. The next day, Sigmund's sister sends a servant with honey to smear on Sigmund's face. But to what end? Well, that night, when the she-wolf appears again, you'll never guess what happens.
Kerropa. Tuon mä en muista, että se on tuolla. Mua hämää, kun tässä oli mun mielestä semmosia tämmösiä niinkö lorekiviä, mitä ei oltu niinku avattu vielä.
As the she-wolf licks the sweet honey from Sigmund's face, he bites the wolf's tongue. The she-wolf pulls away, but Sigmund holds on. The chains break, and he is free. After his escape, Sigmund lives like us, hidden in the forest. His enemy, King Siggeir, believing him dead, as his sister plots revenge. And for vengeance to succeed, even the great Sigmund needs help. So she sends her sons to him. But their blood is weak and corrupted, and they're put to death by Sigmund. So his sister hatches a new plan, one that is cold of heart and pure of blood.
Voi ei, oliks se muuten oikeesti joku luola täällä? Se seuraava oli vitsi. Huonomuistisen ihminen ikinä. Ei, kun tuothan me just tultiin. Tossa on toi silta.
Watching from afar, she mimicked him, perfecting her own secret dance, wishing those fleeting moments of light would stretch out to last forever.
Yes.
Sigmund's sister trades shapes with a sorceress, and in disguise, she lies with her own brother. She gives birth to a son named Sinfjotli. After a time, she sends him to the forest to Sigmund. He tests the boy and finds him strong and fearless, and so they go to take their vengeance on King Siggeir. But luck is not on their side. They're captured, and Siggeir has them buried alive.
Siis ihan varmasti kyllä keräsin nämä kaikki.
She could do the same. See the world through eyes anew and dance with it, just like he does.
Se on vähän erinäköinen toi puu nykyään.
What's your name?
Senua.
I haven't seen you before.
I don't leave home much.
Oh, Zenua's daughter.
I have to go.
Wait. Who taught you to fight like that?
No one.
No one?
Well, I watched you, and...
You Learnt all of that from watching me? You should become a warrior, you know.
Me?
I'm Dillian. I'm here for the warrior trials. Just come and watch. And bring your sword.
You can't put it into words. That moment when you look into the eyes of the one who's supposed to reassure you, make you feel safe. It only takes an instant. Fear swallows you before you have a chance to make sense of it. And darkness becomes a part of who you are. But her world changed the day the Northmen took him from her. Senua knows that there's no going back to how things were. That there's nothing to go back to at all. Stay still, stay quiet, hide, don't tell her.
Their gods can see into your mind. They will use this power to destroy you.
They won't stop me. I can still feel it.
Whatever's left of him, they will never let him go.
I'm not gonna let him rot here.
You're the one rotting here.
Leave me alone.
You will die here.
No.
And all your suffering will have been for nothing.
Shut up! Dillian? Is that you? I'll find you, my love. I promise.
Can you see him? You want to believe it. Is he not real? Is he there? You're alone in these mountains. Is that Dillian? Nothing lives here. You won't survive. You met him by the tree. She met him by the tree. Maybe it's a sign, the tree. What's he trying to tell you? He's waiting for you by the tree.
As Sigmund and Sinfjotli are being buried alive, Sigmund's sister throws an armful of straw into the grave mound. Hidden in the straw is Sigmund's sword, the gift of Odin. They cut their way out of the grave mound and set fire to Siggeir's hole. The king burns to death. Sigmund calls to his sister to come out so that she may live and be honored. She does come out, but only to tell him the truth. That she had slept with him, her brother, to beget a strong avenger. I am not fit to live, she says, and walks back into the fire. Strike vengeance from your heart, Senua, as there is always a heavy price to pay.
Voi ei. Mahtoiko tää jäädä viime kerralla?
And here is the end of Sigmund's story. He was a fierce and great warrior who fought many battles. But one day, an old man came onto the battlefield. Although shadowed by a hood, Sigmund saw that he only had one eye. The man raised his spear, and Sigmund struck at it with his sword, but the sword shattered into pieces. Sigmund then knew that this was Odin, and thus that victory could not be his. He bowed his head and accepted his end. Dying, he tells his wife that she is with child, and that her son will one day make a great weapon out of the fragments of his sword. The sword named Gram.
Senua, imagine a sword that can slay gods. Its name is Grammar. It was forged by the god of all Northmen, Odin, and gifted to Sigmund, a great warrior.
I need this sword. It's important. Can you help me?
The sword appears whole, but it is an illusion. It shattered into shards long ago. It is said a great warrior can reforge Grammar by answering the trials of Odin, one for each shard. The roots of the Tree of Death will take you to new lands, where you will face the trials.
Go to the shards. Go to the shard. Go to the shards. What's the shard? Find it. It's the metal runestones. Where is it? Find it. There it is. Focus. There's the shard. Focus. Focus. Use your eyes. Look. Get closer.
Vitsi.
What can you see? Go to it. It's not safe. Don't go near it.
Varmaan parasta mennä tota samaa. Tää on vaan se kaikista vieraimalla, kun kaveri pelasi tänään ja sitten siellä oli semmonen joku salainen ovi ja sitten se vaan veti sitä ohi. No, tupakkatauko.